Hey everybody, Adam Savage here. I'm an old theater nerd. Theater is the first place I started to explore my skills. It's the first place I found my people. And one of the first jobs I learned to do in theater was stage rigging. I'm standing on stage in Cirque du Soleil's big tent for their show Echo, which has been playing in San Francisco for the last few months. And I saw it a couple of nights ago. And I've seen many of their shows over the years. I love their output. And the rigger in me is always astounded by how many world-class performers are hanging from ropes, hanging from each other, spinning through the air, running on giant moving set pieces. And they're doing this day after day, night after night, safely across dozens of productions happening around the world. This blows my mind. And I wanted to talk to key members of the crew at Cirque about just how they keep everybody safe and what kind of institutional protocols they have built to do these crazy dreamlike things that they build and to do them again safely. And they walked me through it. All right, Mitch, you are the rigger here. You're the lead rigger.
Yeah, I'm the head of rigging here at Cirque du Soleil's Echo.
Okay. I have so many questions. Electric winches for performers. This was a luxury I did not have 35 years ago when I was doing my own very small level of stage rigging.
Yeah, here they come.
Talk to me about the safety margins and how you keep the performers safe using the electric winches.
Well, first of all, everything we do is engineered with a safety factor that's well over anything we could possibly see on our systems. Anytime we're putting a live person on our lines, it has to be able to support 10 times whatever the load may be, even with the apparatus, any type of forces it may see during the act. And that includes any type of forces it may see during an emergency stop situation.
Amazing. I mean, This is where the industry standard is often a 5-to-1 or 4-to-1 with a live load. You guys are going way in excess of that.
We use at least 10.
Amazing.
Yeah, for everything that we do here.
And you're not using steel cables.
No, actually, we have used steel, or I have used steel a lot in the past with different shows and different theaters and stuff. But here on this show, we're using exclusively synthetic lines.
Okay.
It's 12 strand. We use a lot of Vectran, a lot of Bob. And has some pros and some cons, but mainly it's super strong and it's super light. When you're on a show that changes cities every 3 months,
right,
everywhere you can save weight,
it's a big
just
deal.
pays dividends down the road. You don't have to carry it. You don't have to pay for shipping and all that stuff.
What are some of the cons of a synthetic line? I'm curious.
Synthetic lines, actually, they kind of live and breathe. It's a very organic system, just like the tent itself. We have the luxury of being able to build our own stadium.
Right.
But that also means that everything is not quite as solid and is a little squishy. And it changes with pressure in the air, it changes with humidity, it changes with
So
every time you put it
rigging points shift in small ways because of temperature and humidity, or the tent moving in the wind?
Very much so.
Wow.
Yeah, this whole structure, you can feel it shaking and kind of breathing when there's high winds, when there's heavy rains. On any given day, if we come in and the humidity is up by 30%, we may see upwards of 2 inches of difference in the length of our lines.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Part of what we do every morning for this system is we do what are called our dailies. We come in and we measure off of a known reference point the length of every rope.
Oh, wow.
And so that way we know when automation is moving the lines, we're always going to have a consistent mark where we hit. And that basically entails changing the splices, changing the lengths of the rope, and just constantly being on top of it so that the performers have absolute consistency to do what they need to do.
Well, so now I'm also curious about new performers. When you bring them into this family, does it require some learning from them about the interface between the performers and the crew and the audience? It's like this, it's a very different environment than competition or perhaps what they're used to.
Yeah, it can be. We definitely, it runs all sides. There's a giant spectrum of talent that we see. We're very lucky to have a lot of world-class talent. And a lot of the people that we work with, it's not their first rodeo.
Sure.
So they already kind of have a good foundation in what to expect, how to be on these systems and how to anticipate the type of motions that they're going to do. But a lot of the times we bring people in that are just super, super talented, and then we give them an idea or a vision and then we work together and we build slowly towards the main goal. And that could start with baby steps of, in our main symbiosis act that opens the show, we have 8 artists at a given time running up and down a cube that's also rotating. Most people have never experienced that in their life.
Right.
Most people don't know what to expect. So we just take it slow from the beginning. And it's such a fun process for both the technicians and the artists to work from both sides and basically create a dream come to life, like in front of the audience.
Well, it's always what I feel whenever I'm at a Cirque show, is that it is a dream come to life. I didn't realize until I was talking to Nick, your stage manager, that those performers running around the cube can hear the stage manager's calls.
Yes.
That
yes.
seems to me like that's really cool. That's, from a safety standpoint, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah. And it's very integral because there is almost no way to be able to relay information immediately if something has to change, or if somebody may be having an issue, or with such a lot going on with that act in particular, like it just needs to happen. And that just kind of goes into more of like all of the cool groovy kit that we have that's tucked away that most people aren't even aware of.
So I'm just curious how you got your start as a stage rigger. Were you the kid who was always like climbing everything that you could climb?
I did. I did a lot of tree climbing. I did a lot of backyard playing. I did a lot of backyard gymnastics. And basically, like, the honest truth is that I saw Cirque du Soleil when I was 14 years old. I'm now over 40. And as soon as I saw it, I made it my goal to work for Cirque du Soleil.
Unbelievable.
And every step along the way in my life has led to here. So when I told you earlier that this is my dream job, like, you're legitimately talking to somebody who is every day living the dream.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Mitch, that's so inspiring.
Thank you. I like it. I love it. It's great.
I'm curious about moments on stage. It struck me that the show, while it's the same every night, that there are places that performers can push things a little farther if they're feeling it.
Yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
that strikes me as really difficult to institutionally build into a thing safely. It requires a lot of trust from everybody.
Yes. I would say it was a 2-way street, but it's almost like a 3 or 4-way street with the amount of trust and the amount of relying that you're working with competent people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And showing up to work knowing. So going back to, like, we do our daily checks every day.
Right.
My primary focus is making sure that we start at the same spot every day. All our lines are the same length, all our cues are in order, all of the rigging is where it needs to be. And when you do stuff like that and you combine, 7 or 8 different departments,
Right.
you have a very good sense of warmth and comfort coming into work, knowing that everybody has done their job. Everybody is on top of their game. And now I can just do my job. And as an artist, because I have been in the past, like, it's very relieving. You show up and now I'm free to actually just do what I want to do.
Right.
and give the energy out to these people who are here to receive it. And I don't have to worry about, is this going to work? Or, that's already taken care of. And that's my job in the back to make sure that it's taken care of.
I'm curious about how much new technology Cirque is always bringing into their process. And I'm curious about how you guys integrate something new like an electric winch into your practice. Do you guys work through all these different safety procedures, worst case scenarios?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
All of that.
100%. Yes, there is a risk assessment for almost any event that happens on stage.
And you're also paying attention to all the other shows that are doing stuff in the air. And
Yes, yeah. And as a company, we have a very large safety net. I'm not the only head rigger for
Right.
Cirque du Soleil. I'm a head rigger
Yeah.
for Cirque du Soleil. So I have a team of head riggers that I can bounce ideas off of and that we can coordinate,
that's amazing
what's working.
institutionally that you have that resource.
Oh, it's very amazing. Yeah, and that goes for all the departments. Like, as a big company now, we're not on our own. We take care of the baby that is our show,
Right.
but we're part of a family that is just like the talent that's here is just striking, and the amount of ideas that come through are breathtaking, and the the fun part is having somebody come up with you and say, I want to do something that's absolutely impossible. And then you go like, I got it, let's do it.
Right.
You know, and then we find a way to do it. And it may not even end up where we thought it was going to when we started,
Yeah.
but it turns into this kind of, you know, dream.
Well, it's magic.
Yeah, it's magic.
Look, I felt like I surmised so much of that just watching the Cirque shows over the years that I've seen. I really thank you so much, Mitch.
Oh, it's absolutely my
really,
pleasure.
really
Thank you
thrilling.
for being here.
Incredible.
Yeah.